All right. Welcome back to the I Didn't Read Your Book podcast. I am Lutch, your host. Today, we are going to be talking with Darshaun McAway about his book, Girlfriend versus Wife Duties. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you would agree that you're not saying you should stay away from a person of higher status. It's just that that shouldn't be the underlying thing. To expand on it a little further, there is a definite real aspect to the practicality of wanting to be with someone who, even if they're not the quote unquote high value male who's going to be able to give you a lavish lifestyle or the quintessential submissive little mouse of a woman who's just going to follow every little thing you say. There is a practicality in the success of the relationship if you don't have to worry about bills. And on the other side, if you're not fighting over every little thing, regardless of who it is, that there's one person who's more of the leader and one person who is more of the follower, because one person fills that role complemented by the other role, as opposed to having two leaders or two followers and either you're both doing nothing or you're both fighting all the time.
It's okay to aspire to have $100 million. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you get to $100 million, the people who have $100 million, they have a lot more issues than you do at $0. You got people trying to figure out how someone cannot steal from them. So when you look at that high value status, a high value man is looking at anybody who comes his way as, okay, which one of these people are trying to steal something from me? Who wants something from me? Why? Because I am higher value. I am of great resource to a lot of people. This is why listening to Kevin Samuels, he makes a lot of sense. What he's doing is bringing people back to a natural reality of saying, hey, the guy who's a blue collar worker, that's a good guy. That guy's going to do something for you. The guy that's of this higher value, this higher stature, he's looking at everybody as a target against him. Who's going to steal from me today? You know, I've had the success of getting my books and some of my merchandise placed inside of Walmart. And when people find out who you are, they look at you as, hey, this person can do this for me. I know you have X amount of dollars. Let me tell you how I'm going to spend your money. So when you listen to these conversations from women, you hear from them, well, what do you bring to the table? Me? Okay, well, what does me know how to do for me to make me expand? And it's so hard for women to grasp that. It's so hard for women to say, well, my value is me, yes, but what else do you add to me? And a lot of women fail to realize we just need, as men, a helper. So if I'm jacking up a tire and you see the car lean, well, come over and help me. That's the kind of help that men need from women. That's the kind of help people need from people in general. Don't watch me struggle. Come assist me. I need your assistance.
I'm curious as to your perspective on this, because I'm 31. You said you were 38. We're similar in age, but a lot happened. I was 18 to 25, and when you were 18 to 25, even in that short time, Tinder was, people knew about it, but it was just becoming that booming thing when I was in college. It was still relatively common for college students to be hooking up with other broke college students, as you were mentioning before. And now it seems like the expectation of women, from what I can tell, on the whole, not all of them, while Susie May from Ohio may have had the pick of the litter in her county, and maybe none of those guys are these millionaires, and they are really good, but just, you know, blue collar guys, just regular people. And now through the internet, through Instagram, through Tinder, through everything else, she has access to the hottest, richest guys in LA and New York and Miami. And how much of that did you see when you were in that 18 to 25? And how much do you think that plays into fostering more hypergamy and that idea of men are just disposable? And then on the other side, that, all right, what are you taking from me?
When I was coming up during that time, I saw a lot of it happening because I grew up in West Palm Beach, Florida. So I would frequent Fort Lauderdale, Miami. So I saw a lot of the hypergamy, and I ended up dating and kind of being with some of the people who are in the adult industry, and me not knowing who they were and just seeing a different lifestyle and understanding as a man, okay, I'm looking at this younger woman and she likes this caliber of a guy. So what am I going to do to become that caliber of a guy when I reach his age? The only thing that's changed is that more people run to the internet to have hookups versus when I was coming up, the whole idea was to go out to clubs, the let out, you know, if you're at a club, you don't go to the club, but you go to the parking lot when everybody's coming out. So I come from that era. When I was coming up, it was more so I would meet people in person versus now everyone wants to swipe left, swipe right. But the relationship aspect is still the same conversation. Women are still trying to find out what's the difference between a girlfriend and a wife. If you read the book Girlfriend versus Wife Duties, Kevin Samuels is older than me, but as far as what's on paper and what's been published, I've been at this for 9 years before he even started having a conversation. Girlfriend versus Wife Duties put me on the map. Why? Why is this book so relevant? Why is this book so important? Why is this a best-selling book? It's the best answer that you're going to get, especially if you want to find out from a man, what do you think the difference between a girlfriend and a wife is, especially if your goal is to get with the man to be married, then yeah, you might want to find out what this book is about. I give you an answer in each chapter. The very first chapter, I break down what separates a girlfriend from a wife. That's the first thing I do, because I wanted people to open it up, read the first chapter, shut. Okay, I know exactly who I am now. That's the type of writing material I write. I write to give you an answer.
That's the type of thing I think that people, both men and women, need a direct response to their questions. We want to sugarcoat everything and make it sound nice, but then people aren't equipped to deal with the reality of life. It can be very difficult when your expectations don't meet reality.